Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Daily English. Wait, have you heard about Think About Yourself Always, the Jack Ma-inspired video on YouTube? It's basically a motivational breakdown of lessons like taking responsibility, failing forward, and building daily habits. I thought it would be useful to pull out the key ideas and practical steps we can actually use, not just inspirational sound bites.
Yeah, I watched the description and some clips. Jack Ma's story is often used to illustrate how persistence and a growth mindset work in practice. Let's break it down into core concepts and, importantly, specific actions people can try. That's where education meets application.
Great. First core concept, personal responsibility. The video keeps repeating that your life is your responsibility. Practically, that means deciding what's important and owning the outcomes. Actionable step, spend 15 minutes tonight writing one decision you can make this week that will move you toward a goal. Then commit to it and block time in your calendar.
I like that. The second point is rethinking failure. Jack Ma's narrative, rejected from jobs and schools, then founding Alibaba, shows failure as data, not destiny. Actionable tip, adopt a fail-forward checklist after any setback. What happened? What did I learn? What will I try differently next time? And who can I ask for feedback? Document it in a short journal entry.
Third, stop making excuses. Excuses shift responsibility outward and cost time. A practical routine. When you catch yourself saying, I can't because, pause and reframe into, I will try this step, or I need help with this. Do this for a week and note how many times you convert an excuse into a micro action.
Fourth lesson is surrounding yourself with the right people. Jack Ma emphasizes team and culture over solo brilliance. How to act on that? Create a small accountability circle, 2 or 3 peers you trust, and meet weekly, 20 minutes max, to report progress and ask for one concrete piece of advice. That pressure plus support is powerful.
Fifth, financial discipline. The video mentions saving early as a game changer. Action, automate a small percentage of income into savings or an emergency fund. Even 5% starts habits. Track it for 3 months, then increase the percentage when it feels manageable. Financial resilience buys time to take intelligent risks.
Sixth concept is daily growth beats occasional inspiration. Jack Ma often talks about practicing and improving a little every day. A realistic daily routine could be 30 minutes of deliberate learning, reading, or course, 10 minutes of reflection, 20 minutes of focused work on a high-leverage task. Do that 5 days a week for 6 weeks and measure what changed.
Seventh, think big, but start small. Ambitious vision gives direction, but execution is in tiny steps. Translate a big idea into weekly experiments. For example, if your big idea is to start an online business, week 1 is customer discovery. Talk to 5 potential users. Week 2 is validating a hypothesis with a 1-page landing page or a small ad spend.
Eighth takeaway, communication and humility. Jack Ma's early advantage was his ability to tell stories and connect. Practice. Once a week, explain what you're working on to a non-expert, a friend or family member, and notice where the explanation fails. Better explanation reveals deeper understanding and surfaces gaps to fix.
Ninth, prioritize what you can control. Many external factors exist, but focusing energy on what you can influence brings results. Make a control matrix. List concerns, then mark each as controllable, partially controllable, or not controllable. Spend 80% of your time on controllable items, 20% on strategy for partially controllable ones.
10th and final principle from the video, persistence with adaptability. Don't confuse stubbornness with persistence. Keep learning and be willing to change approach. Actionable framework. Run short feedback cycles, 2-week experiments, then adjust. If something consistently fails across 3 cycles in feedback, pivot or stop.
Those are the 10 core lessons. Let's give listeners a simple 30-day starter plan combining them. Week 1, set one responsibility-focused goal and automate one financial habit. Week 2, form an accountability circle and build a 30-minute daily learning habit. Week 3, run a 1-week experiment toward your big idea and practice explaining it. Week 4, review failures, journal learnings, and plan next 2-week experiments.
Nice. Also offer reflection prompts at the end of each week. What did I control? What did I learn from failure? Who helped me and who drained energy? What micro-habit gave the most return? Answering these keeps the process evidence-based, not just motivational.
We should also discuss limitations. Jack Ma's advice emphasizes grit and entrepreneurship, but systemic barriers and mental health matter. Not everyone can scale risk the same way, so combine his lessons with realistic safety nets, savings, healthcare, and social supports. Encourage seeking professional help if failure triggers anxiety or depression.
Absolutely. Another nuance, building the right team and network takes time and reciprocity. Don't just ask for help, offer value. A quick rule, for every request you make of someone, think of one way you can help them in return. Knowledge, time, or a connection.
Before we close, 3 quick micro habits listeners can adopt tomorrow. 1, 5-minute morning reflection. Pick the single most important task. 2, the 2 no's rule. Say no to 2 low-value activities this week. 3, 1 networking outreach. Send a short, personalized message to someone you admire or have met once.
And 3 metrics to track for 6 weeks. Number of learning hours per week, number of experiments run, even tiny ones, and percentage of income saved automatically. These give tangible evidence of progress and help beat the illusion of motion.
In short, think about yourself in the sense of owning your growth, but do it with structure. Short experiments, daily habits, accountability, financial discipline, and compassionate realism about limits. Use failure as feedback, not a verdict.
Exactly. If listeners take one thing away, let it be this. Small, consistent actions compound. Jack Ma's example is extreme, but the underlying mechanics, iteration, team, daily improvement, are accessible to most people. Start one small habit today and check back in after 30 days.
Thanks for joining this discussion. We'll drop a short show notes summary with the 30-day plan and reflection prompts. Try one action tonight. Write your one decision for the week and put it on your calendar. That's the real beginning.
And if you liked this episode, practice explaining it to someone else. Teaching helps retention. We'll be back with more educational breakdowns like this. Until next time, think clearly, act deliberately, and take responsibility for your next step.